kinds of reasoning. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to use inductive and deductive reasoning in an argument. First, let's have define some terms. Reasoning is the process of drawing conclusions from the informations. Argument is a sequence of statements. When we say conjecture, it is a conclusion or a proposition which is suspected to be true due to preliminary supporting evidence, but for which no proof or disproof has yet been found. Counterexample is an example that satisfies the statement's condition but does not lead to statement's conclusion. A counterexample shows the statement to be false. Let's have the kinds of reasoning. First one, intuition. Intuition is a mental activity wherein conclusion or judgment is made through the use of one's senses. Does not require mathematical proofs. So when we say intuition, we use our five senses to conclude or make conclusion or judgment. Example, which curve is the longest? Curve AB, curve CD, or curve EF? Using the sense of sight, we know that the longest curve will be curve CD. Another kind of reasoning is the analogy. Analogy is form of reasoning in which two or more things are inferred similar in some aspect on the basis of established similarity between these things. So we look for the similarity of the given to make an analogy. Example, ruler is to segment, blank is to angle. So we need to determine what is the relationship of ruler to the given segment. As we can see that the ruler is used in measuring the segment. So based on the three choices, protractor, thermometer, or compass, what device that we use to measure an angle? So the device that we measure for an angle is said to be protractor. Another is the inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is the process of gathering specific information, usually through observation and measurement, and then making a conjecture or conclusion based on the gathered information. So inductive reasoning uses pattern to arrive at a conclusion. Inductive reasoning uses specific examples to make a general rule. Let's have an example. Which number should replace the question mark? So based on the three given, we look for the pattern in order to come up with the conclusion. So we have 2, 3, 5, and 16. We have 5, 1, 7, then 40. 3, 9, 2, we have 33. Then we have 8, 3, 6, then question mark. So to know, how can we get the number inside the triangle pertaining to the numbers on the triangle? So to come up with 16, we add with the numbers 3 plus 5, that is 8 plus 2 equals 16. Next, we have here, so let's check if the pattern is correct to all or true to all. if we add the bottom numbers, 1 plus 7, that is 8, and multiply to the upper number, 5, we have 40. Let's check again. We have 9 plus 2, 11, plus 3, we have 33. So to get the number inside the triangle, we add the numbers on the below the triangle. So 3 plus 6, that will be 9. Multiplied by 8, the answer is 72. So the question mark is equal to 72. Another is deductive reasoning. So deductive reasoning is the process of showing that certain statements from logically formed agreed assumptions or proven facts. So when we say deductive reasoning, it uses facts, rules, definitions, or properties to arrive at a conclusion. Let's have an example. If two complainer lines do not meet, then they are, based on the definition, when we say two complainer lines do not meet, that is said to be parallel. So therefore, our conclusion is parallel. We have two laws of deductive reasoning. First one, law of detachment. If P then Q is a true conditional statement and P is true, then Q is true. Example, if X and Y are odd numbers, then X plus Y is an even number. 5 and 7 are odd numbers. Then X plus Y, so we assume that X is equal to 5 and Y is equal to 7. So the sum of 5 and 7 is said to be 12, and 12 is an even number. So that is the use of law of detachment. Next law is the law of syllogism. If P then Q and Q then R are true conditional statements, then P then R is true. For example, if a number ends in 0, then it is divisible by 10. If a number is divisible by 10, then it is divisible by 5. So let's identify first what will be P, Q, and R. So if a number ends in 0, so that is our P, then it is divisible by 10, that is our Q. Next, if a number is divisible by 10, that is our Q statement, then it is divisible by 5, and that is our R statement. So to conclude, we have P, then R. So our P, a number ends in 0. So if a number ends in 0, then it is divisible by 5. So that is the law of syllogism. Now let's have an exercises. So you may pause the video in order for you to identify the answer. Then continue the video to know the answer. Inductive or deductive. Tell whether inductive or deductive reasoning is applied in each statement. So first, when we say inductive, it uses pattern to conduct or to have a conclusion. When we say deductive, it uses facts, definition, properties in order to have a conclusion. Let's have number 1. Gian notices that the mail came to his house at 12 noon on Monday, 12 noon on Tuesday, 12 noon on Wednesday, and 12 on Thursday. He has a letter mailed to on Friday and concludes he must get into the mailbox before 12. So as you can see, Gian uses the pattern. So we have the pattern that that the mail came from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday every 12. Therefore, this is said to be inductive. Number 2, Athena is Warren's cousin. Since John Rick is Warren's twin brother, Athena is also John Rick's cousin. So this is said to be a deductive reasoning. Why? The first statement concludes that it is a fact. Next, Shami's mother ordered pizza for dinner every Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Shami concludes that she will have pizza for dinner tonight. So this is said to be inductive because Shami used the observation. So if uses observation, it is also inductive reasoning. Again, when we say facts, definition, properties, laws, that is said to be deductive reasoning. Next, number 4. After measuring 10 pairs of vertical angles, J. Mark concluded that all vertical angles are congruent. What have done by J. Mark? He measured 10 pairs of vertical angles and then concluded that all vertical angles are congruent. So this conjecture came from the observation after measuring the 10 pairs of vertical angle. Therefore, this is said to be inductive reasoning. 5. If today is Tuesday, then tomorrow will be Wednesday. So that will be used as facts. Therefore, this is said to be deductive reasoning.